Welcome back. Nearly a week after ICE and other federal agencies raided the Denver metro, immigrant communities are still on edge, worried about what's next.
Denver 7's Brandon Richards shows what Colorado leaders are doing to reassure them and why some argue that it could put more people at risk.
The Colorado U.S. Senators Michael Bennet and John Hickenlooper have introduced a bill to limit the places ICE agents can arrest people. The Protecting Sensitive Locations Act would prevent ICE from visiting schools, churches, healthcare facilities, and several other sensitive locations, including bus stops, playgrounds, and food pantries.
We don't want ICE to be enforcing in places like hospitals or schools because it creates a real chilling effect in the community.
Raquel Lane Ariano with the Colorado Immigrant Rights Coalition says the proposal would protect innocent families.
There are some places in our communities where we must create a boundary and say ICE is not allowed here.
When ICE conducted raids in the Denver metro last week, there were reports of agents blocking school buses, and one family told us they were unable to take their daughter to school because of the raid at their apartment complex.
The fear that instills is as damaging as anything else.
Colorado House Speaker Julie McCluskey told us her heart sank when she heard what some families had experienced.
This administration says they're after violent criminals, and yet we're seeing these raids, which seem to just be fishing expeditions.
But Colorado Congressman Gabe Evans, a former police officer, says law enforcement officers are careful when deciding to visit a sensitive place.
If you see arrests happening in these sensitive places, the chances are that there is a very high public safety nexus that requires that arrest to happen at a hospital, at a school.
He says the bill Bennet and Hickenlooper are pushing would put more people in harm's way because criminals will know where to hide.
Of course, that's where your most hardcore criminals are going to congregate and look for shelter.
The bill is not likely to get very far in the Republican-controlled Congress. Brandon Richard, Denver 7.